every now and again, when I'm looking through my archive of stuff, I think, why did I buy that? Well, this item, I didn't actually buy it. I won it. It's the 1980 paperback novel of the Walt Disney family film, The Last Flight of Noah's Ark. Quite a nice cover, movie. Picture of the plane on the back. Disney family film with Elliot Gould, Genevieve Bujold and Ricky Schroeder about a jaded pilot in a B-29 that was hired to fly some animals to a remote island. And it's all traditional harmless Disney fun. The special thing about this is I won it. And I actually won a ticket. A ticket to the cinema. The cinema is no more. It was from the Lancashire Evening Telegraph, which is now just the Lancashire Telegraph cinema competition. This is your first prize double ticket to see The Last Flight of Noah's Ark at the Palace Cinema in Blackburn. Congratulations. And I went with my late granddad, and I actually remember going, and he wasn't really a cinema goer, and it was quite nice to actually go to the cinema with him. Nothing particularly spectacular out the book. There's no pictures in it. It's a bit musty, but it's in quite a good condition. I kept it as a bit of a souvenir of a rare prize that I won. Now, the cinema I went to see that was the Palace, and it's quite an interesting history about it. So the Palace Cinema was opened in 1899 as a Palace of Varieties, a variety theatre. Rather magnificent looking building. Unfortunately, later on, somebody put a big precast concrete frontage on it to make it look a bit modern. And really unfortunately, in later years, I think in the 1960s, they split the cinema. So the circle, the balcony in effect, was the cinema, and downstairs where the stalls were was a bingo hall. I have memories of my old grandma, God rest her, dropping her off outside, maybe my dad dropping her off outside to go for a game of bingo on a Friday afternoon or a Saturday afternoon. But the cinema wasn't in great condition. I think the first film I went to see was Superman the movie. And this weekend, I'm back at the cinema to watch Superman the movie, and I'll no doubt be speaking in due course about that. But the Palace Theatre, because it was in the circle, it was quite a big screen, but you had a floor. I don't know if it was a false ceiling or a floor, so it was quite a long way. All the seats were quite a long way away from the screen. And I went to a few films I remember watching, like Superman, as I said. Went to Return of the Jedi there. I don't know how many it held, but the cinema shut in 1984, and I think the last film shown there was Educating Rita, and it was demolished in 1989, and there's a bit of spare land and a car park there. So it was quite a modern build, quite a modern frontage. It was either concrete or a metal facade they put on in the 60s, and it looked really ugly, it really did. But the original building was quite nice, and I remember though when it was a cinema, queuing up in the cinema's later years to see something. It wasn't in particularly good nick, broken windows, bit shabby. Heaven knows how long the seats have been in there for. What I do remember is when I went to see Superman the movie in 1978 with my dad, it was absolutely freezing. I've never been as cold at a cinema in my life, but hey, that's history. So long gone. I think there's a piece of the retaining wall still left, and that's about it. So enough of that. Bit of weird, rare merchandise from the Disney 1980 film, The Last Flight of Noah's Ark. And I've got that. I've got the ticket from the newspaper on it from. And it's got a list of Disney books. Alice in Wonderland, The Aristocrats. The list goes on. And this is a novelisation by Heather Simon. And it's from the New English Library and Times Mirror. And it costs 85 pence when new. Copyright Walt Disney Productions. Thanks for watching, everybody. A bit of reminisce, you know, it's a bit of a dull piece of merchandise, if you can call it merchandise. A tie-in's probably more relevant, but really happy memories of a free trip to the cinema with my granddad back in 1980. When I was, how old would I have been? I'd have been about 6 or 7, probably, yeah, 7. Yeah, when this came out. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Bit of my own movie history there. I'm pleased to have shared with you today. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon.